Well, I'm wasted in a bar somewhere downtown. A man walks in, he stabs me with a knife that says, "Boy, I'm gonna send you to hell." What took that knife? I took it real. I think he stabbed me good. He stabbed me real swift, and I forget. Check out The Dead South, the recap. That knife. I took that knife, I stared him straight in the eye. I said, "Well, it's time to have it. Boy, you better fucking run, 'cause I've been here just slamming down beers. Now I'm gonna have some fun." This is a law reading live stream. I'm just posting links. Alright, yesterday all I had to do was pick up job applications. So I got actual work on the schedule. So, we're going over the briefing room here real quick. I'm going to close out all my social medias. All my social medias. Legislation. That's what we're looking for. Let's look at this. The signed. I'm only interested in what he signed. We can read that one. I guess today will be the Veterans Affairs and Accountability. S-1094, Department of Veterans Affairs Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act 2017! Yeah, it's gonna take me a little while. Holy shit. Hey, at least it's not gonna be 3 hours like fucking reading his healthcare at 70-page fucking fuckfest. You know how long it would have taken me to read Obama's healthcare? That shit was like 3,800 pages, man. It was like reading half of the Wheel of Time. No, it wasn't that long, but it's big. Oh, man. Yeah, that law would take me fucking days. S-1094, Department of Veterans Affairs and Accountability. Let's go over to the streaming thing here. Hold on. What? Am I not live? What? Am I not live? What are we? Are we not live here or what? Oh man, it is morning for sure. It's 8 o'clock here, and I got things jumping off, and I just wanted to get y'all some laws in, or at least something. We'll read that. We can read his statements because he's funny. He's pretty funny. It looks so creepy in that picture. That's hilarious. Creeping super hard there. This is great. So yeah, we'll just do this. Let's go see if there's any memos. Presidential actions. We'll go check that out. Disclosures. Nominations and appointments. And we'll go check out pending too, because I'm not really interested. See, this is why I'm never interested in pending legislation. I'll switch scenes here and I'll show you guys. You can help me find it. See, this is why I never go to the pending legislation page on the whitehouse.gov, because they never have any pending legislation. It's never like, oh, every once in a while there is something there, but it's hardly ever there. And they just kind of like put it up like maybe a day before it just gets signed, and then goes over here into signed legislation. Stop asset. Oh, well, let's check that out. Public Safety Officers Benefit Improvement Act 2017. We do this joint labor later. What's that mean? What do you think joint labor means? Where is... I'm kind of interested in this one because it's the DHS Stop Asset and Vehicle Excess or the DHS Save Act. That's not the Department of Health and Services. That's the Department of Homeland Security, I'm pretty sure. So we'll be reading this right here. HR 366, DHS Stop Asset and Vehicle Excess Act, or the DHS Save Act, to amend Homeland Security Act of 2002 to began and held at the city of Washington on we'll start at the top here. 115th Congress of the United States of America at the first session began and held in the city of Washington on Tuesday, the 3rd day of January 2017, an act to amend the Homeland Security Act of 2002 to direct Under Secretary for Management of the Department of Homeland Security to make certain improvements in managing department's vehicle fleet and for other purposes be enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress is assembled. Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the DHS Stop Asset and Vehicle Excess Act or the DHS Save Act. This is actually, I'm just waking up and kind of dumb, so I misread it. I thought this was like some stuff about the Department of Homeland Security doing some like asset forfeiture kind of shit, where they just stop your car. Do you have any money on you? Sure, yeah, I'm going to go buy another car. Alright, we're taking all of your money. I thought it was some civil asset forfeiture, but it looks like it's more budget cutting. The Section 2, DHS Vehicle Fleets. Section 701 of the Homeland Security Act of 2002, 6 U.S.C. Part 3 to 41. I don't know. I need to learn how to delineate those. Is amended in Part 1, subsection A5 by inserting vehicle fleets under subsection C and equipment. After equipment. By redesigning, see, this is the sort of thing I have to go and read another law with you guys to figure out like where this all fits, you know, exactly. Like, because when I tried to read his new tax code, I didn't know anything about the tax code of like 1984 or whatever it is. So I have to go read about that too. And that's gonna be a fucking pain in my ass. And 2. By redesigning subsections C and D as subsections D and D, respectively, and by inserting after subsection B the following new subsections. C. Vehicle fleets. In general, in carrying out responsibilities regarding vehicle fleets pursuant to subsection A5, Under Secretary for Management shall be responsible for overseeing and managing vehicle fleets throughout the department. Under the Secretary shall also be responsible for the following: ensuring that components are in compliance with federal law, federal regulations, executive branch guidance, and department policy, including associated guidance relating to fleet management and use of vehicles from home to work. Developing and distributing a standardized vehicle allocation methodology and a fleet management plan for components to determine optimal fleet size in accordance with paragraph 4, ensuring that the components formally document fleet management decisions. I missed the letters there. D, approving component fleet management parts, vehicle leases, and vehicle acquisitions. That's important because if y'all played Magic when you were a kid, you'd understand that like actually delineating these into separate subsections is actually very important. Because getting back to the Magic thing, people would argue over, no, the E is in front of the A. I get to cast this spell as an instant. It was crazy. So, after playing a buttload of card games, I've become, in other games with nerds who love to play, instead of the games, they try to play word games. I'm not fully endowed as some people are in the rights of subtle language, but Magic the Gathering helped me out there. Mainly it was Magic, because that's the thing I played the most, and played a lot of Magic in high school. Component responsibilities. The general component heads. I shall comply, Roman numeral 1. See, this is what made my brain explode about, we'll just talk about that later, about some laws, because this Roman numeral shit, because I don't know how to delineate it. Comply with federal law, federal regulations, executive branch guidance, and department policy, including associated guidance relating to the fleet management and use of vehicles for home to work. Ensure that data related to fleet management is accurate and reliable. Use such data to develop a vehicle allocation tool. What the hell is on my arm? Is that sugar? What? How did I get sugar on my arm? Oh, that's salt from my fish tank. Use such data to develop vehicle allocation tool derived by using the standardized vehicle allocation methodology provided by the Undersecretary for Management to determine the optimal fleet size for the next fiscal year in a fleet management plan. Use vehicle allocation methodologies and fleet management plans to develop annual requests for funding to support vehicles fleets pursuant to paragraph 6 and 2 may not except as provided in subparagraph B, lease or acquire new vehicles or replace existing vehicles without prior approval from the Undersecretary for Management pursuant to paragraph 5 part B. B, exception regarding certain leasing and acquisitions. If exigent circumstances warrant such, a component head may lease or acquire a new vehicle or replace an existing vehicle without prior approval under the Secretary of Management. If such exigent circumstances, a component head so leases, acquires, or replaces a vehicle, such component head shall provide the Undersecretary an explanation of such circumstances. You know, unlike the rest of his laws, this isn't a very like dystopian council of people who meets behind closed doors and does like really dark shit, which is like most of the laws our presidents have been passing. Like, we're not forming secret councils to run everything. They meet behind doors. They don't have any burden of proof, and they answer to nobody. And that's fucked. That's really fucked. Part 3, ongoing oversight. A quarterly monitoring in accordance with paragraph 4 under the Secretary of State for Management shall collect on a quarterly basis information regarding component vehicle fleets, including information on fleet size, composition, and cost, and vehicle utilization. B, automated information. Under the Secretary for Management shall seek to achieve compatibility, collect on a quarterly basis automated information regarding component vehicle fleets, including the number of trips, miles driven, hours, and days used, and the associated costs of such mileage for leased vehicles. C, monitoring. Under the Secretary for Management shall track and monitor component information provided pursuant to subparagraph B, Part A, and appropriate with subparagraph A, and as appropriate subparagraph B, to ensure component vehicle fleets are at the optimal size and cost effective. There's some fast and loose wording in here. The Undersecretary shall use such information to inform the annual component fleet analysis referred to in paragraph 4. 4. Annual review of component fleet analysis. In general, to determine the optimal fleet size and associated resources needed for each fiscal year, beginning with fiscal year 2018, component heads shall annually submit to the Undersecretary for Management a vehicle allocation tool and fleet management plan using information described in paragraph 3A. Such tools and plans may be submitted in classified form if a component head determines that such is necessary to protect operations or mission requirements. The only reason these guys operate in secrecy is because they're alienating our constitutional rights. Boom. B. Vehicle allocation tool. Component head shall develop a vehicle allocation tool in accordance with clause 3 of paragraph 2A, part I, that includes an analysis of the following: vehicle utilization data, including the number of trips, miles driven, hours and days used, and associated cost of the mileage for leased vehicles in accordance with such paragraph. The role of vehicle fleets in supporting mission requirements for each component, and any other information determined by relevant by such component heads. C. Fleet management plans. Component heads shall use information described in subparagraph B to develop a fleet management plan for such components. Such fleet management plan shall include the following. I. A plan for how such component may achieve optimal fleet size determined by the vehicle allocation tool required under such subparagraph, including the elimination of excess vehicles in accordance with paragraph 5 if applicable. The cost-benefit analysis supporting such plan. The cost-benefit analysis thing makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about the words optimal, because that's all. There's some poorly defined things here, and maybe that's just me being dumb. A schedule each such component will follow to obtain optimal fleet size. What is optimal fleet size, everybody in the DHS? Like I said, that just could be because I'm dumb and I'm misunderstanding what they're trying to communicate. D. Review. The Undersecretary for Management shall review and make a determination of the results each component, vehicle, tool, and fleet management plan under this paragraph to ensure such components vehicle fleets are optimal fleet size, and that components are in compliance with applicable federal law, federal regulations, executive branch guidance, and department policy, including associated guidance pursuant to paragraph 2 relating to fleet management and the use of vehicles from home to work. The Undersecretary shall use such tools and plans. Shoot. Fuck were we? The Undersecretary shall use such tools and plans when reviewing annual components requests for vehicle fleet funding in accordance with paragraph 6. Guidance to develop fleet management plans. The Undersecretary for Management shall provide guidance pursuant to paragraph 1, part B. Excuse me. I just coughed up so fucking longer. I'll just keep down my tongue. The Undersecretary. Give me a sec, y'all. I gotta get rid of this. Can I get that? Like K-Toner. Oh, I got it. I know I said it wrong. I know. I've been studying fencing for years. Yuichiro Musashi said, I have climbed the mountain Iwato of Higo and paid homage to heaven. Leasing or acquiring. The Undersecretary for Management shall provide guidance pursuant to paragraph 1B on how component heads may achieve optimal fleet size in according with subparagraph 4, including processes for the following. So really it's just the Undersecretary for Management says what an optimal fleet size is. Okay. Like I say, take this all with a grain of salt. They could be misunderstanding all of it. Leasing or but the more you read, the deeper you go, and the more you'll understand. Leasing or acquiring additional vehicles or replacing additional vehicles if determined necessary. Disposing of excess vehicles that the Undersecretary determines should not be reallocated under subparagraph C. Good Lord, it's longer than I thought. Reallocating excess vehicles to other components that may need temporary or long-term additional vehicles. 6. Annual review of vehicle fleet funding requests. As part of the annual budget process, the Undersecretary for Management shall review and make determinations regarding annual component requests for funding for vehicle fleets if component heads have not taken steps in furtherance of achieving optimal fleet size in the prior fiscal year pursuant to paragraphs 4 and 5. The Undersecretary shall provide rescission recommendations on the Committee on Appropriations of the Committee on Homeland Security and of the House of Representatives and the Committee on Appropriations on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs of the Senate regarding such component vehicle fleets. Yeah. So what? They're going to tell people? They're going to report to people that already do nothing? Come on. Accountability for vehicle management. Prohibition on certain new vehicle leases and acquisitions. Undersecretary for Management and component heads may not approve in any fiscal year beginning with fiscal year 2019 a vehicle lease, acquisition, or replacement request if such component head has not complied in the prior fiscal year with paragraph 4. Prohibition on certain performance compensation. No department official with fleet management responsibilities may receive annual performance compensation and pay in any fiscal year beginning with fiscal year 2019 if such official did not comply with the prior fiscal year in subparagraph 4. I know I'm tossing the paper towel. Just let me throw my paper towel while I read these laws, okay? Prohibition on certain car services, notwithstanding any other provision of law, nor senior executive service official of the department whose office has a vehicle fleet may receive access to a car service in any fiscal year beginning with fiscal year of 2019 if such official did not comply with the prior fiscal year with paragraph 4. 8. Motor pool. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. A. In general, the Undersecretary for Management may determine the feasibility of operating motor pool to permit components to share vehicles as necessary to support mission requirements to reduce the number of excess vehicles of the department. B. Requirements. Determination of feasibility of operating motor pool under subparagraph A shall include regions of the United States in which multiple components with vehicle fleets are located in proximity to one another, or a significant number of employees with authorization to use vehicles that are located, and law enforcement vehicles to cover the national capital recognition and take into account different mission requirements. C. Report. The Secretary shall include the Department's next annual performance report required under current laws of the determination under this paragraph. 9. Definitions. In this subsection, A. Component head. The term component head means the head of any component of the department with a vehicle fleet. B. Excess vehicle. The term excess vehicle means any vehicle that is not essential to support mission requirements of a component. Check out my new neck brace. Excess vehicle. The term excess vehicles means that is not essential to support the mission of a component. Optimal fleet size. The term optimal fleet size means with respect to a particular component the appropriate number of vehicles to support the mission of such components. D. Vehicle fleet. Oh, fuck. Vehicle fleet is too early. It's too early, big fucking ass. Should have done this. A vehicle fleet means all owned, commercially based, or government leased vehicles of the department or a component of the department as the case may be, including vehicles used for laws enforcement and other purposes. Section 3, Inspector General reviews the The Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security shall conduct a review of the implementation of subsection C, Part 4 of Section 701 of the Homeland Security Act of 2002, 6 U.S.C. 341, as added by Section 2 of this Act for fiscal year 2019, which shall include the analysis of the effectiveness of subsection C4 with respect to cost avoidance, saving, and component operations. We'll do the last paragraph in a goofy voice. Provide, upon request, to the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and the House of Representatives, information regarding the reviewed required under paragraph 1. Attest, Speaker of the House of Representatives. Attest, the Vice President of the United States and President of the Senate. It's too fucking early for that bullshit. Good God, it's too early for that. Well, at least it's done, right? Now you got the reading time for today. You can listen to this if you want to or not. Don't make no hillbilly difference to me. I'm still going getting minimum wage job anyways. I ain't stopping none of my grinds, dog. I'm just gonna be getting more. I'm gonna be getting more grinds. I'm just trying to acquire grinds to make with the stacking money. That's it. Anyways, have a good one. Gotta reach my keyboard. Control 3. No, it's 2. No, 3 is. It's 3.